8 years ago, I began a simple practice, the main center flow from Jin Shin Jyutsu. I was told that if I did this every single day for 7 years, all of my problems would go away. Well, they didn't, but something even deeper happened. This week, I'm celebrating 8 years of daily connection with the main central flow, and I'm still going. But the practice has changed over the years. And this last year, something shifted. Something subtle but unmistakable. I call the shift the second cycle. Hi there, I'm Anne-Katrin, and I'm occasionally awake. I'm here to help you inspire your awakening, seal yourself, and reawaken your life. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. The main central flow is a supreme energetic flow pattern, revitalizing the body, mind, and spirit with energy. It stems from the energy modality Jin Shin Jyutsu, and it can be practiced as hands-on self-help. I don't want to repeat all the details about the flow in this video, so if you want more context on the flow, on the energy modality, you can watch this video over here, one of the past videos of my daily main center practice. Or you can simply download the free guided flow journey on my website and just practice the main center flow yourself. I've said it many times and I'm gonna say it again. This practice has changed my life and is continuing to do so. In this year's video on my flow practice, I focus on a major shift that I did not anticipate. A whole new spiral of creating harmony. It is so beautiful to see how this flow has changed the architecture of my mind this past year. Practicing the main central flow every single day for 7 years equals a full cycle. It is said that within 7 years, all cells in the body are renewed and we essentially become a new person. Imagine cleansing those cells for the entirety of 7 years. That's rebalancing your entire energetic blueprint. You lay the foundation, you harmonize the vertical axis, you clear the trauma, you restore the original design of your being. Where the first 7-year cycle could be summed up under the words revelation and deconstruction, this first year of the second cycle has revealed a whole new theme, which is creation and reconstruction. Now let's take a closer look into these cycles. The first cycle, revelation and deconstruction. So it makes total sense that for me personally, the first 7-year cycle was about learning where I'm coming from, mapping the trauma that was secretly running the show, understanding my triggers, exposing my coping strategies, and releasing what didn't serve me anymore. But also figuring out my purpose and greatest talents, tuning into downloads and channelings, reconnecting to my intuition. I ended that cycle with year 7 not being a shiny celebration as I would have anticipated when starting the practice many years ago. I ended it with a big breakdown. Rock bottom hit hard, and for a tough phase of several months, I felt completely empty, uprooted, lost. As the second cycle began in October 2024, I had already crawled halfway back up. But honestly, nothing could have prepared me for the year that followed. Never have I ever had so many knowledge awakenings, epiphanies, signs, downloads, channelings. Where in year 7 I would still get lost in triggered states, barely managing to regulate myself, occasionally struck with feelings of guilt and shame and self-loathing and worthlessness, I have now become a safe container for my emotions and more of my triggers. I've learned to identify unconscious states I am in without realizing and shifting them in an instant. Because yes, it can be that easy. A very dear friend of mine recently messaged me just to comment on my healing and growth journey. And she said, you know, it's so remarkable. It is insane what you've been able to accomplish all by yourself. No therapy, no coaching, just by walking your talk and following your own best advice. And I said, yeah, you're right. That's really incredible. I'm so glad you're here right now. So if you enjoy this, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications to become occasionally awake with me. Entering the second cycle, creation and reconstruction. Here are 3 major themes that are new to my second cycle of the energetic practice. Theme number 1, co-creation over codependency. I've had a long history of unconsciously identifying with a victim archetype. I blamed others, I felt treated unfairly, but also continued to enable it. I felt at the mercy of my outer world. At the turn of the year, not only did I stop feeding that old mentality, I replaced it with a new growing sense of absolute responsibility for my 3D creations. And if that sounds, I don't know, exotic or weak, no, this is so freaking common, okay? This is like most people's story. I just made my personal unconscious conscious and realized what was happening and realized how much of my power and my responsibility I was giving away, handing away for free, and then complaining about the results. And many people never get there because their unconscious gain from that victim mentality is so big. You know, if you let your life be determined by outer circumstances and other people that have nothing to do with you, then there is no responsibility to claim. You know, living by the premises of manifestation is freaking radical. Because before it has you create the reality of your dreams, it has you embrace how your status quo, how your limitations, how the roadblocks, how all the stuff that's not working is of your creation. No judgment, just loving observation and a lot more agency from here. Theme number 2, embodied wisdom. I've had my greatest downloads this year, and remarkably, I've been saying that every single year since starting the practice. So every single year, the downloads have been getting better and better, and every single year I've said, it cannot get any bigger than this. But yeah, let me tell you, apparently it could once again. My downloads this year have been out of this world, and I'm still in the process of alchemizing a lot of it. And of course, this is also going to be affecting my content moving forward. And this shift has already begun. This year, I have learned how to shift my state deliberately. I have tapped into the knowing of the importance of state on a whole new level that is relevant to every single one of us. So I cannot wait to share more about this. Most people are a victim of their default states and act them out unconsciously without even realizing. Your default state is going to secure survival, but it's not going to create a life that is reflective of your potential and authentic joy. As my downloads multiplied, I have not only conceptualized but experienced healing and regulating practices, harmonizing and integrating what I had been told was unfixable. I didn't read another book. I felt the solution, and then I practiced it, experienced it, theorized it, and conceptualized it into concrete integrative processes. This next year, I'm sharing the fruits of my labor and transformation with you. What I've downloaded and practiced has been the missing piece to my breakthrough all my life. And the same may be true for you. Knowing how to shift your state is also the missing piece to manifestation, especially for people with trauma experience who tend to slip back into their default states without noticing it, and then end up not manifesting their desires and keep wondering what they're doing wrong. Because remember, we are always manifesting from our current dominant state. Theme number 3, self-love and self-integrity. I've been walking by the mirror, showering myself with pride and love and compliments for over a year now. And as I've started that implicit practice, I realized that that should be the baseline of how we treat ourselves. In addition, I've made a decision to never ever abandon my truth and my intuition again, to maintain a relationship to anyone or anything. As a result, I've begun to mend the most important relationship that any one of us can have, the one to the self. Messages for those on the path with me. To those of you still wondering what this is all about, just try it for yourself. It doesn't matter if it's day 2920 or day 1 for you. In fact, my first major non-dual awakening to now experience happened during a singular self-help main central session years before I started engaging in the daily practice. Because every now has the same potential of lifting the veil and reconnecting you to source. And you know, my personal process I'm talking about in this video, this has nothing to do with perfecting. It's just about refining. So I want to invite you to forge your own path with this flow. And remember, you can download the free guided main central flow journey on my website, link in the description box below. And please feel free to reach out to me and let me know about your experience, no matter if it's day 1 or day 30 or day 300 for you with this practice. Or maybe you've already been practicing for 7 years and beyond. So please reach out to me too and let me know in the comments about your experience with the main central flow and all the ways in which it has impacted your life. I don't know exactly what year 9 will bring, but I do know this. This practice is alive and I will continue to meet it every day. Not because I need to be fixed, but because I now understand that I am the flow. And so are you. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. This video is related to the awakenings to the conscious self and to now experience. If you want more insights on the 4 different types of awakenings and how to experience them in your life occasionally, then visit me at occasionallyawake.com to inspire your awakenings. Bye.